Hi guys, in this video I will guide you to learn the basic output and input in C++. But first, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. C++ comes with the libraries that provide us with many ways for performing input and output. In C++, input and output are performed in the form of a sequence of bytes, or more commonly known as streams. There are two types of streams in C++. Number 1, input stream. If the direction of the flow of bytes is from the device, like keyboard, to the main memory, or device to memory, this process is called input. And number 2, output streams. In output streams the flow of bytes is from memory to device, an output device like monitor. And this process is called output. Also there are 3 header files for C++ input and output. First, IOStream. It stands for Standard Input-Output Stream, and it contains definitions to objects like cin, cout, cer, or cerr, and more. Second, IOMANIP. IOMANIP stands for Input-Output Stream Manipulations. This file contains definitions like setW, setPrecision, and etc. And last, fstream. This header file mainly describes the file streams. It handles the data that is read by a file as input or written into the file as output. The keywords cin and cout in C++ are used for printing outputs and taking inputs respectively. These two keywords are the most basic methods in printing outputs and taking input in C++. To use this keyword, the header file IOStream must be included in the program. The two keyword in C++ input and output is cin for input and cout for output. Let us try to do it. So here we are in dev C++. First, I will include the IOStream header file to use the standard input and output streams. Because what I've said before, it contains the definition for the cin and cout objects. Then of course, the using namespace std, because it defines the keywords cout, cin, and etc. And by the way, the std in using namespace std is intended for standard. So, we declare it to use the standard namespaces. Then, the main functions. First, I will output the text, standard input and output in C++. And to output this text, I will use the cout keyword followed by the double less than sign. And use double quote to represent string. Then, I will ask the user to enter a number from 1 to 10. And to do it, I need to create a variable to hold the user input. So I will declare int variable and named it as user input. And back right here, I will use my declared variable user input to store whatever number the user will enter. So, I use the keyword cin, that followed by the double greater than sign, then, my variable name. And to check that the user entered number is saved and stored in the variable user input, I will call the variable user input and display its current value. Here, if you notice, I only use the keyword cout once, but have a 2 double less than sign in a single line. It is because, in the single line output code, you can use the keyword cout only once. Instead, you can add another output by using the double less than sign as many outputs you want. And done coding. Now, let's try to run our program. Here our output. Here, we can see the text, standard input and output in C++ that we wanted to be output. On the next line, there is an underscore that is blinking. It is now waiting any input from the user. So, I will enter number 5. And as what we see, there is it. The number 5, that I'd enter. I hope you got now a new idea about the basic input and output in C++.